What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. So many videos to make. I mean, day 3, always the busiest day. Always like 9, 10 videos I always have to make on day 3. But being busy on this channel is one of my favorite things. So I love coming on here and talking football with you guys. This is another profile breakdown for you guys on a New England Patriots selection. Like I said in all these videos, and I'll continue to say for the new people tuning in, I have draft prospect videos on every single play the New England Patriots have selected. I'm going to make it a playlist of all the videos I make in order from the Patriots first pick to the Patriots last pick in the 7th round. So it's easy for you guys to find. It's right in order for you guys, from Christian Gonzalez all the way to our last 7th round pick. But in this one, we have another video about a player selected, in the 4th round. It's another guard. I'm glad they went offense, but it's another guard. The Patriots are going Sidy Sow, guard from Eastern Michigan, in the 4th round with the 117th overall pick. My first thoughts here are we building for the future offensively? Are the Patriots trying to win now with a good run game, but an elite special teams and an elite defense? Is that what they're doing here? Which makes me concerned of what should we expect from this offense in 2023? Should we expect a big leap, or is this something that's going to take a few years? Because, the front end of the draft, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I even consider 4th round, to be honest with you, is usually the rounds you go to for changes you're making immediately. The first 3 rounds, the Patriots went defense, defense, defense. They went cornerback, they went edge rusher, and then they went safety. No offensive play in the first 3 rounds to make a current immediate impact. Then we reach the 4th round. The Patriots go guard, kicker, and now we're going guard again. The fact that the Patriots haven't went tackle is very, very confusing to me. I understand they have a lot of guys in-house, but you don't have a lot of guys in-house next year. We are just pushing this problem down another year. Are you telling me Riley Reef is your guy? Are you telling me Calvin Anderson is your guy, who you brought in as a UDFA and then ended up releasing within a few weeks? Is there something you saw in him since then, in his time with the Broncos, that said, yeah, you know what, he's actually a starting tackle? We messed up there. I don't think so. I think the Patriots brought in swing tackles. I think Riley Reef will be an all right option for them for 1 year, but a year from now, we're in a position where Riley Reef, Trent Brown, and Yanni Kajust are all in not contract years, but all their contracts are up. They're all going to be free agents. Why are we not prioritizing tackle, especially when tackle was our biggest issue last year? Guard was not a big issue. We need depth there, but it was not an issue because you already have Michael Onwenu at right guard, who, yeah, he's in contract year this upcoming season, but this man is an Ironman. This man is a boulder. This is one of the best guards and the best offensive linemen in the National Football League. Are we really going to just let him walk? Guys, my big concern is continuity along the offensive line. Talent doesn't necessarily matter. Continuity along the offensive line is the biggest thing. And the last several years, it has been switch up after switch up after switch up along this offensive line. And what are the Patriots doing? Adding more switch up, and switch up at guard. We're going to have new tackles a year from now. It looks like guard is going to be switched up a year from now. You need to find your offensive line and you need to solidify it. Stop constantly changing it every year and in season. It needs to have continuity. And so far, we are not having that. And this draft shows me that even within the next year or two, there's still not going to be a whole lot of continuity. Now, we could have a very different looking offensive line, a completely different offensive line in another year or two. And that brings me a lot of concern. But I forgot to roll that Patriots Global intro. So before I go off too much, let me roll that and we can hop into today's video about Sidy Sow. I hope you guys like that little delay there before the before the intro went. There was a little bit of an issue there, technical difficulties as usual here on Patriots Global. But Sidy Sow. Now, PFF actually liked this pick for the Patriots, but you're going to hear a lot of people say that the value wasn't great. Why are the Patriots selecting him here? This is a 5th to 6th round pick. That's the name of the game. The Patriots with these interior offensive linemen are going so soon. The Patriots, in general, are picking guys so much sooner. But at the end of the day, guys, why are we getting upset at this point? Because we're getting upset about something that's never going to change. We're beating a dead horse at this point. What's the point? The Patriots and Belichick have a board of guys they like, and that's it. They don't care about positional value. They don't care about other guys on the board that are necessarily falling, unless it's maybe the 7th round or maybe the 6th round. But other than that, they have guys on their board, and they say, you know what? We're going to go with our guys. Don't care where he's projected. We're going to go with our guys and make sure that we can try to land the guys that we wanted as much as possible. They don't care about positional value. They don't care about projection for guys or anything like that. But Sidy Sow here, a guy I don't love, but this is not something I hate. It's just the fact that we're going guard on top of guard on top of guard after drafting Cole Strange last year in the 1st round at guard. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But Sidy Sow, ironically, actually reminds me a little bit of Cole Strange, and I'll get into why here in a second. But PFF had to say this about the Patriots selection. They said Sow is one of the most experienced offensive line prospects into this class, having played over 3,500 snaps across 5 seasons at Eastern Michigan. He's big, athletic, at 324 pounds, who graded better on a gap scheme runs than zone runs in college. Who does that remind you of? Cole Strange. Now, something that does concern me, Sidy Sow is more of a gap scheme runner than a zone runner, but Jake Andrews, who the Patriots drafted as a guard slash center, is more of a zone run scheme than a gap scheme. Little bit of a question there for me on what exactly that they were doing here with 2 interior offensive linemen. They went almost back to back. We had a kicker between. But Sidy Sow also coming from a smaller college. Cole Strange coming from Chattanooga also makes a lot of sense. Sidy Sow is a monster, though, dude. Sidy Sow is a beast. 6'5", 323 pounds, is a monster in the interior of your offensive line. Also 24 years old, getting close to 25 years old. Very experienced, has a lot of time here in college. In 2019, actually switched from tackle to guard. Doesn't really have a whole lot of tackle experience, but he's played it before at one point. You know, the Patriots, I'm sure, will utilize that in any type of aspect. I'm also curious if, hey, this guy actually played at tackle at one point. 6'5", 323, has the build to be a tackle. Are the Patriots thinking something here that maybe we don't necessarily know? That's something that I'm thinking, and that was kind of one of my first thoughts when I was doing my due diligence here on Sidy Sow. Let me plug this computer in before it dies, or else we're all gonna have a short video here today. But the other thing that reminds me a lot of Sidy Sow and Cole Strange is their strengths and their weaknesses. This guy is gritty. Sidy Sow is a gritty player, an athletic player. This is a guy that can move. And this is just a guy who will put his hands in the dirt and rough you up. The Patriots are trying to go with some heavy players in the trenches, whether it's the defensive line or the offensive line, and Sidy Sow fits exactly that. Problem with him is his pass protection. And that's what I'm concerned with this offensive line. We're going a lot with guys that can run block very well, very well. But we're picking up guys that have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns with pass protection. I don't care if it's Mac Jones or another quarterback. We need to protect them, right? Mac Jones in a clean pocket is extremely different than Mac Jones when he's under pressure. You want to get the best out of your quarterback, keep him upright. Are you going to keep drafting non-mobile quarterbacks who are pure pocket passers? Guess what? You got to protect them. That's just how it works. We saw Patrick Mahomes, who's one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the NFL a few years ago in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers, who was running for his life. And that's why they lost. It's the big reason why they lost, I should say. Other reason is he went up against Tom Brady. What did they do that all season? Totally revamped that offensive line to get pass protection for Patrick Mahomes, and look how that's panned out since. Not saying that he's going to be a terrible pass protector, but there's genuine concerns on how he's going to perform there. In terms of how he performs as a or how he'd perform in a zone blocking scheme, he put up an overall grade in zone blocking of 61.4. This is not a zone scheme type of offensive lineman, which again does concern me a little bit. This isn't really a gap schemed offense. In terms of where's he going to play at the guard position, let me scroll down here and give you guys the exact snap count that he's had. His 3-year college tenure, he only played one position, left guard. Ironic that Cole Strange is there too, right? He might bring you a little versatility, maybe at like left tackle, because he played there in 2019. But the last 3 years, he's been a left guard. No experience at center, no experience at right guard. So this is mainly going to be a left guard with maybe some left tackle potential, which I'm sure they're going to try him at. 429 snaps in 2020, 885 in 2021, 929 in 2022. This past year, he put up a total of 2 sacks allowed with 3 quarterback hits and 12 hurries. In 2021, he allowed 3 sacks with 2 quarterback hits and 6 hurries. And in 2020, he allowed 1 sack with 2 hits and 2 quarterback hurries also. I think that this one has potential. I just think that there is a mountain that Sidy Sow has to climb in terms of pass protection. I think it's a good pick. I don't think that Sidy Sow is a bad player by any means. There is just so much questions on what are the Patriots doing because we selected 3 guards. One that's likely to be a center, but that still gives you 2 guards. And last year drafting Cole Strange as a guard in the first round. So that's 3 guards in a center. That's 4 interior offensive linemen you have drafted in rounds 1 to 4 in two drafts. We had 1 fill opening at left guard, and that was filled last year. If you're concerned about center, that's 1 filling there and maybe a depth piece. All these positions on the interior to me just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I'm hoping that they see something that we don't necessarily see. Maybe one of these guys is a tackle, and that's how they're seeing it. But there's just not going to be room for everybody. Sidy Sow is projected as a backup, potential swing guard like a James Ferentz / a special teamer. And I'm hoping he can become more than that. I think he has the intangibles to be able to. Won't if he doesn't have or can't participate well in pass protection. That's my biggest concern. So what are your guys' thoughts here on Sidy Sow? Is this a guy that you think was an excellent selection by the Patriots? Again, in the 4th round, I don't like the idea of him being a swing guard. I don't like the idea of him being James Ferentz. In that case, keep James Ferentz, pick a guy up in the 6th or 7th round as UDFAs. You can find a swing guard there. The 4th round, there's much better players to be able that will make you or give you in a year 1 impact, a day 1 impact. And if you're going with a guy who's just going to be a swing depth guard, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So what are your guys' thoughts on this one? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video. And of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, I appreciate you guys for watching.